Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. Week 1 of Year 1 of the Franchise Stars Football League wraps up as the Buffalo Bills visit their division rivals, the New York Jets. Here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, at MetLife Stadium, OJ Simpson leads the way for the Bills. The Jets defense, led by Darrelle Revis, will try to slow them down and hopefully generate some offense of their own. At the helm, Ken O'Brien for the Jets gets the nod over Chad Pennington. Joe Ferguson will be under center for the Bills. Bruce Coslett coaching the Jets here in Year 1. Sean McDermott at the helm for the Bills as we get ready to go from MetLife. A little bit of time this morning. Figured I'd get this final broadcast of Week 1 out of the way. Appreciate everybody tuning in and joining me here. It's been an eventful opening week of the season. Let's kind of get this into the proper mode so that we can just go and watch the game. Bills will kick off. Jets will receive. Opening kickoff taken by Bruce Harper from the 6, out across the 20, out across the 25. Good return by Harper to start things off for the Jets. Out to the 31, and there you see Ken O'Brien. Lots of questions for the Jets. They have a solid group. They've got Curtis Martin in the backfield. Wesley Walker leads the receiving corps. The receiving corps seems to be a bit lacking, but Walker is the threat. Jets have a fine secondary. They've got a bit of a pass rush on defense, but the Bills are expected to be very solid. O'Brien starts off here, pass there, incomplete. So O'Brien's first look, unable to be held on to, well defensed by the Bills. It'll be 2nd and 10. Hand off, Curtis Martin gets his first carry of the game. He picks up 3. Out to the 33. Of course, this Bills defense led by Bruce Smith, who will probably get himself well acquainted with Ken O'Brien as this game goes on. O'Brien drops back, throws to the right-hand side, incomplete. So the Jets go 3 and out on their first offensive set. Skeptics say there will be a lot of that for the Jets. On comes the punting unit. It will be taken around the 20. Out across the 30, trying to spin out of it. Out to the 31. Apologize, I should have checked the roster before I started. I don't remember who's returning kicks for the Bills. Might be Jackson, but I'm not sure. But there's Joe Ferguson. Ferguson starts things off. Ferguson has talent, a bit erratic, but Ferguson certainly, if the rest of the Bills play to expected form, Ferguson is good enough to get them into the postseason. Quick throw out to the left-hand side is complete. It's a pickup of 4. Ferguson gets a quick completion under his belt to Albert Dubenian, and it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 35. Ferguson drops again. He looks, crossing route complete. That'll be a first down. That'll move the chains. So first 2 passes complete. Peerless Price grabs that one for an 8-yard pickup. Fresh set of downs for the Bills from their 43. There's movement there. Flag on the play. It's going to be a false start against the Bills. That'll cost them 5. Bills wearing the old AFL uniforms. Jets wearing their 80s greens. Here for the opener. Ferguson in the shotgun. Looks down the field. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Darrelle Revis bringing it back up the sideline. They're not going to get him. Darrelle Revis is going to go the distance. Touchdown, Jets. Darrelle Revis, a first quarter pick 6, brings it the distance, and the Jets strike first. The offense went 3 and out. The defense puts the points on the board. Ferguson looking right. Pass a little bit underthrown. Revis goes up and gets it and takes it to the house. Pending the extra point, the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. And if you're the Jets, you can't ask for a better start than that. Extra point is good. So the Jets, on the pick six from Darrelle Revis, take a 7-0 lead here in quarter number one. Now the Bills will receive. Kickoff taken at the 3. Out across the 20, out across the 25, right up the gut. And oh my goodness, he's going to go. Hasty trying to chase him down. And the pick six is answered. CJ Spiller is the return man. And Spiller goes right up the heart of the coverage, such as it was for the Jets. Takes it the distance, and the Bills get level. So after the Jets offense goes 3 and out, Joe Ferguson throws an interception that Revis brings back for the score, but CJ Spiller takes the ensuing kickoff the distance. Extra point is up and good, and we are tied at 7 with 12:22 still left in the opening frame. Cornelius Bennett gives CJ Spiller his approval. So an eventful first 3 minutes here at MetLife Stadium. Here's Bruce Harper. Harper across the 20 is brought down at the 24. O'Brien and the Jets getting back to work. Quick little throw out to the right on the wide receiver screen. It's caught. Doesn't go anywhere. Lavernius Coles picks up nothing on the wide receiver screen. James brings him down. It'll be 2nd and 10. Draw play, Curtis Martin. Excuse me, I believe that's Bilal Powell, actually. Powell's first carry of the game. He picks up 5. Shane Conlon with the stop. It'll be 3rd and 4. Tight set here for the Jets. Wesley Walker wide down low. O'Brien drops back in the pocket, looks over the middle, in the hands, and then broken up. Incomplete. Look, they ran a tackle eligible play there. I may have to go. Actually, I'm not even sure I can do that and check the depth chart. I wonder if they have an injury. That's a weird spot to run a tackle eligible play, but that was Jeff Criswell. That probably shouldn't have happened. Mickey Schuler is the main tight end. So the Bills will take over from their 31, 1st and 10. Ferguson under center. Ferguson picked off on the opening drive. This time they decide to give it to OJ Simpson, and there goes Simpson. Big first run for OJ Simpson, 20 yards into Jets territory, down to the 49. James Hasty wrangles him to the ground. So the Bills threw 3 times on their opening drive. The third, of course, the interception that led to the pick 6 from Revis. This time they decide to go onto the ground and let O.J. Simpson carry it. Less risk involved there. Here's Simpson again. Nope, I'm sorry, that's C.J. Spiller. Spiller picks up 3. 2nd and 7. Dermott has Ferguson in the shotgun. Drops, looks, over the middle, complete. Down inside the 40, believe that's Peerless Price with the reception. His 2nd catch of the game, down to the Jets 35. Shotgun. Ferguson looks left side, has a man open, complete. Down inside the 20, down to the 16. Albert DeBenian with the reception. So Ferguson's 4 of 5 so far here in the opening frame. The only miss was the pick 6 by Revis. Bills down to the Jets 16. Go to that wide receiver screen again. DeBenian has it. Short pickup of 5. Down to the 12. Shotgun there. Quick hit to the right-hand side. That one is broken up, incomplete. Again, going at Rivas, who's able to break it up. 3rd and 5 from the 12. Simpson the lone setback. Ferguson looking for a man. Back of the end zone. It's tipped. It's almost intercepted again by Rivas. This one is just deflected, however. It's incomplete. Some questionable play calling by McDermott down deep in Jets territory. Not give OJ the ball at some point in that. A bit confusing. So they'll take the field goal instead. Scott Norwood puts it up and through. And the Bills will take a 10-7 lead here in the first. Kickoff taken. Bruce Harper out across the 20. He's brought down at the 25. So O'Brien and the Jets will try to get something going on offense. Again, those 7 points for the Jets, the result of the pick 6 by Darrelle Revis. O'Brien drops back. Here comes the pressure. He's sacked and the ball is on the ground. Ball is on the ground. We'll see who has it. It looks like O'Brien recovered his own fumble. He did. It's a loss of 6, but the Jets do maintain possession. Handoff. Allow Powell. Good run there. Excuse me, that's Curtis Martin. 28 and 29. Martin with the carry out to the 39. It's 1st and 10. Nice run there to convert on the 2nd and long. Handoff. Powell picks up 6. It's 2nd and 4. Bruce Consol's offense will be pretty balanced. There's the handoff. Martin gets a couple. It'll be 3rd and 2 as he's out to the 47. So pushing and shoving after the play is over. We'll see plenty of that between these two teams. Division rivals, not each other's biggest fans. O'Brien rolls right, looks to the sideline, complete, 1st down. Lavernius Coles with the grab, picks up 6 in the Buffalo territory. Jarris Byrd with the tackle for the Bills to get down inside the 4-minute mark. O'Brien moves to the shotgun here. Handoff Bilal Powell. Powell will get a decent amount of carries. Curtis Martin is the lead dog here, but Powell a terrific change of pace back. He picks up 5 on that one. It's 2nd and 5. O'Brien drops, looks, left-hand side, incomplete. McGee and Coles jaw-jacking after the play is done. So it's 3rd and 5. O'Brien looks, near side, complete, and there's Wesley Walker, his first catch of the game, down to the Bills' 27. He's out of bounds. But O'Brien to Walker connect for 15. And the Jets will move the chains. O'Brien under center. He's got 2 backs back there. Play action. Looks, right side. That one's well out of bounds. Incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. 2:32 left here in quarter number 1. Play action from O'Brien. Looks to the near side. Complete. There's his tight end, Mickey Schuler. That'll move the chains. It's 1st and 10 down on the 14. 13-yard pickup. O'Brien to Schuler. The clock gets inside the 2-minute mark here in quarter number 1. And off Martin up the middle. Tries to find a hole, but it closes up quickly. Pickup of a yard down to the 13. Terrence McGee checking out for the Bills. Doesn't look overly serious. 2nd and 9 now for the Jets. O'Brien in the shotgun, fakes to Powell, gives to Schuler. Down inside the 10. And now it's Shane Conlon checking out for the Bills. That'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Jets have it down to the 6. At this point, Bills would just love to keep the Jets at 3. O'Brien drops, looks, end zone, incomplete. Intended for Rob Moore, but that one missed the mark. 4th and 2 from the 6, and the Jets will settle for 3. Kick is up from 23 yards, chip shot. That one's good. Nick Folk splits the uprights, and the Jets are level with the Bills once more. It's 10-10 here with 1:43 left in the first. Kickoff taken at the goal line. Out across the 20. Spiller broke one earlier. Again, both touchdowns not in the regular run of play. A Darrelle Revis pick 6 and a C.J. Spiller kickoff return, accounting for the 2 touchdowns so far in this one. Shotgun. Ferguson looks to the near side. Complete. DeBenian breaks a tackle, and now he's got room. Albert DeBenian shakes his defender, and he's going to go the distance. Terrible tackling there by the Jets. DeBenian shakes free, streaks into the end zone, and the Bills will take the lead. We'll see who misses the tackle here. Oh, it was Revis. Revis misses the tackle. Hasty runs past him, and DeBenian has nothing but green fake grass ahead of him. So an eventful opening quarter here in MetLife. Norwood's extra point is up and good. And it's 17-10 Buffalo. Kickoff taken at the 7 by Bruce Harper. Out across the 25, where he is brought down. So this has the makings of a wild one, given how this first quarter is done. Shotgun there, O'Brien, handoff. Powell out to the 29, 4th carry for Powell. Only gets a couple here. Cornelius Bennett with the tackle. It's 2nd and 8. Walker in motion. Dump off from O'Brien over the middle to Walker. Out to the 33. It'll be 3rd and 3. Walker's second catch of the game. O'Brien will probably run one more play here before the quarter comes to a close. O'Brien drops back. Looks. Pass complete. There's Walker again. Down into Bills territory. Past the 50. Down to the Buffalo 47. And that's how we'll end the first quarter. 17-10. Bills over the Jets. We've had a kickoff return for a touchdown, a pick 6 for a touchdown, and a broken play on a missed tackle that went 66 yards for a score. We'll see if the pace slows or if the chaos continues here in quarter number 2. Curtis Martin up the middle. He's stopped. He only picks up a couple down to the 45. Conlon on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 8. O'Brien, hard count there. Nobody bites. Handoff. Curtis Martin. Brought down. No gain there. It's 3rd and 8 from the 45. Conlon once again in on the stop. Drops back. Here's the pressure. And O'Brien puts it on the ground again. And this time he's not going to recover it. The Bills get it. I believe that was Cornelius Bennett on the sack. Yep, Bennett. Terrible job by Curtis Martin. Bennett blows right past him. Sacks O'Brien. O'Brien puts it on the ground for the second time. The first time he recovered his own fumble. This second time he's not so lucky. The Bills recover. And now the Bills take over from the Jets 45. Cyro 329 in the house. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. It has been a bit chaotic here in the opening quarter and change. Bills and Jets. Darrelle Revis with a pick six. C.J. Spiller with a kickoff return for a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff. Then late in the first, Albert Dubenian breaks a tackle from Darrelle Revis and goes 66 yards. Fearless Price, his third catch of the game. Not much doing there. It's 3rd and 8 from the Jets' 43. Joe Ferguson in the shotgun. Pressure up the middle. Ferguson rolls right. Tries to get to the outside. Throws back across his body. Very dangerous pass there from Joe Ferguson. Hudson's unable to hold on. It'll just be an incompletion. Probably should have been an interception. But instead, the punting unit comes on. They'll try to pin the Jets deep. Angled towards the sideline. That's going to bounce out of bounds inside the 10 at the 8. And O'Brien and the Jets will start from there. 12:06 left in quarter number 2. 17-10 Buffalo. O'Brien in the shotgun. Handoff Curtis Martin. Martin out across the 10. Brought down at the 12. It's a pickup of 5. 7 carries for 33 yards so far for Curtis Martin. There's another handoff. Pretty much the same play. Not the same result, though. Martin stopped there at the 12. 3rd and 6. Sam Cowart comes up for the hit. Shotgun once more. O'Brien looks, quick drop, looks to the near side. It's incomplete. Misses the mark. Looking for Lavernius Coles, unable to hit him. And the Jets will go 3 and out and have to punt. Bills should get good field position here. Punt, fair catch is called. Bills will take over at the 45. Well, thanks, Cyril. Again, I mean, it took me 5 months. But, once I kind of get into a groove with it, and, I mean, having the spreadsheet set up in advance, doing with all my ratings, compilations, and whatnot, then it's just kind of data entry and plowing ahead. Once I get into a rhythm, I just kind of can plow through it. So this has worked well. 3 months. 2. Ooh. Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. Keep your eye on the prize. The payoff is the payoff when you get the projects working well is what you kind of got to stay locked in on. Handoff. Spiller. Believe he got the marker, and he did. Down to the 32. Barton with the stop. Yeah, so I got to finish watching that video, actually. I've kind of watched it in bits and pieces, the video of you talking about your spreadsheets. At some point, I'll do another one that kind of updates changes I've made since I posted the first video, how I was doing the ratings. Simpson tries to spin out wide, but the Jets all over him. It's 3rd and 8. Did I find utility? I'm not sure what you're referring there. Empty backfield. Ferguson in the shotgun. Looks over the middle. Complete. Well, I don't know if you're doing PC, Cyril, because I'm on PS5, so that there's no utility for me to enter the ratings. I have to go in and manually do it, with the joystick and cycle through and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if there's a utility for the PC. I would think that would be, see, so for me, it's just I have to go through the joystick and go through every player. This is a PS5 mod. So Simpson up the middle, 6 carries for 40 yards so far. 2nd and 4. Tempo is slowed a little bit here in the second. I formation. Handoff Simpson again. Tries to pull his way up the middle. It's down to 3rd and 2, down to the Jets' 12. Understood, Cyril. Understood. Handoff, and they get the first down. They change it up. CJ Spiller gets the carry, his 3rd of the game. Gets the first down, down to the 8, and now the Bills will have a 1st and goal. Revis with the stop there. Revis with the pick 6 earlier, but also missed the tackle that set Albert Dubenian free for the big strike for the Bills. Simpson doesn't see anything up the middle, tries to pop it to the outside, grinds his way down inside the 5. 8 carries for 48 yards so far for OJ. He's down to the 2. As we approach 4 minutes left in the half. Handoff up the middle. Spiller. And CJ Spiller goes in for the touchdown. 2 yards out. Spiller runs it in for the score. Good job there by the Bills, and now the Bills have made this a 2-score game. John Elliott grabbed him but couldn't keep Spiller from getting across the goal line. Norwood comes on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 12 plays, 57 yards, 640. An efficient drive there by the Bills, chewed up some clock. The pace of the game slows down after the chaotic first quarter. Bruce Harper out across the 20. He's stopped at the 25. Ken O'Brien will get back to work. Concerns as O'Brien has left the ball on the ground twice now. Last time was costly. Handoff. Martin up the middle, picks up 4. Down inside 3.5 minutes. See how aggressively the Jets trying to matriculate the ball down the field. Handoff Bilal Powell. Good run there. He's got the first down marker and more. Out to the 38. 5 carries for 27 so far for Powell. See if Bruce Cosworth tries to stay run-focused here on this drive. So much for that. Drops back. O'Brien looks over the middle, complete. That's down into Bills territory, inside the 40. Hits Baker. 26-yard completion. O'Brien to Baker. Down to the Bills 37 as we approach the 2-minute warning. We'll take a pause here. 24-10 Buffalo. Jets driving, trying to get some points before the half. O'Brien is in the shotgun. Pressure from the outside. Down he goes. Bryce Pop with the sack. Back at the 44, 2nd and 17. Looks near side, incomplete. O'Brien 8 of 16, only 89 yards. Third and 17 here. Going to play it conservatively. Handoff up the middle. 10th carry for Martin. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, neither using them at the moment. Jets will punt, try to pin the Bills deep. A little surprised the Bills didn't use one of their timeouts here. But the Bills up 2 scores. May just be content to get it into the tunnel. That punt bounds into the end zone. And the Bills will take over. 8 carries, 48 yards for OJ Simpson to this point. Ferguson and the Bills start out from their 20, 54 seconds left here in the first half. Ferguson, pass, complete. Dubenian out across the 30, stopped just shy of the marker. Bills take their first timeout. 2nd and inches. Ferguson drops. Over the middle, complete. And Albert Dubenian breaks, and that's the 2nd missed tackle for the Jets. And Albert Dubenian, once again, breaks one loose. That is 2 completions to Dubenian, where the Jets have blown a tackle. This time it's Cromartie. That is horrible tackling. And Ferguson, who was planted after he threw, gets up to see points on the board. Norwood's extra point, and the Bills have turned this into a rout. We mentioned in the intro this Jets team has some question marks. Again, they're only, other than the field goal, they're 7 points. The only time they hit the end zone was Darrelle Revis's pick 6. Dwayne Martz joins us. How are you, Dwayne? Good to see you, buddy. I hope all is well with you. CJ Spiller going down the tunnel. That's never a good thing. Everybody will go down the tunnel shortly. So this game has suddenly gotten away from the New York Jets here. It's 31-10 Buffalo. And O'Brien is picked off. Shane Conlon with the interception. And the Bills still have 2 timeouts and great field position with 29 seconds left in the first half. Yeah, Dwayne, this game was 17-10 with 4 minutes left in the half. And then the Bills had a nice short field drive after a Jets punt. And then they stopped the Jets again. And then Albert Dubenian, for the second time in the game, made a catch. The Jets blew a tackle. And Dubenian was able to take off and go off to the races. He's got 2 touchdown receptions of more than 50 yards. They also have a C.J. Spiller kickoff return for a touchdown. So we've not been devoid of action here. But again, the pace had completely slowed. The first quarter was crazy, and then the second quarter, nobody scored until 4 minutes left. And now the Bills might put up 21 points in the final 5 minutes of the half. Pass complete, quick out route. Stop from the end zone down to the 1. And the Bills will take the timeout here. So we'll see if the Bills on their last play of the half are going to go for the end zone or if they'll settle for 3. And they're going to settle for the 3 points. Norwood comes on. This will be an 18-yard chip shot. Norwood puts it up and good. And the Bills have opened it up to 34-10. I expect the Bills to be good. I expect the Jets not so much, and that's kind of how this is playing out. Ken O'Brien got the nod. He's rated a point higher than Chad Pennington. But O'Brien has fumbled twice. He lost one of them. And he's thrown a pick. So Chad Pennington may want to keep his helmet nearby. We head to the half at MetLife. It is 34-10 Bills. 17 points in the last 4 minutes of the first half. AC around the league. Scores we've all seen before. The Chiefs beating the Lions in the opener. Surprises. Tennessee laid an absolute egg against the Saints. Jerry Glanville was going to have to adapt. Running the run and shoot, did not run the ball virtually at all in that game against the Saints. Earl Campbell and Derrick Henry, both in the backfield for the Oilers/Titans. You have to feed them the ball. That admittedly is also partly a playbook error on my part. I have to adjust that playbook, but we'll let that result stand. But that playbook is way too run heavy. The Madden game has a run and shoot playbook in it. There you see the first of Dubenian's 2 where he broke free. That one was Darrelle Revis missing the tackle. The second one was Cromartie. See if they show the Cromartie one also. They don't. So I let the Madden playbook, the Madden run and shoot playbook, run the Titans, and that was not a good decision because that playbook, when Glanville and the Oilers ran that run and shoot in the late 80s, they were pretty even run and pass. People think that the run and shoot is, you're throwing the ball 85% of the time, and it's really not. Run and shoot is more about a motion methodology than being strictly pass-oriented. Um, it's pass heavy, but it's not like exclusively pass. And I think the Oilers ran the ball like 9 times in that game. You've got Earl Campbell and Derrick Henry. You cannot run the ball that little. So that playbook will be updated for week 2. Here, however, at MetLife, we're just underway in the second half. James Hasty comes up for the stop. The Bills up 24. 17 points in the final 4 minutes of the first half. And if the Bills can put points up on this drive, they can drop the hammer on this game. Shotgun Ferguson under pressure. Pressure coming from the outside. Down he goes. Bobby Jackson on the corner blitz. Gets to Ferguson, and the Bills will have to punt, and the Jets needed that in the worst way. So I mentioned this in a write-up I did in the community section of the YouTube page last night. So while I have the sacks numbers now under control and where I want them, I do have to make one further modification before the games of week 2, and it's just regarding the sack distribution. Linebackers and the occasional defensive back are getting them more than the defensive linemen are, which obviously is the case for some guys. Derek Thomas, Lawrence Taylor, even though he's not in the league yet. But, I mean, you certainly have pass rushing linebackers, but the defensive linemen should be getting a greater percentage of the sacks than they're getting right now. I know I've already tested it out of franchise mode, so it'll be an easy adjustment. So I'll make that before the games of week 2, and that should be pretty good. And then it's on to playbook adjustments and making them a little bit deeper for all the teams. O'Brien looks to the near side, misses the mark, it's incomplete. O'Brien, 8 of 19 for 89 yards and a pick. O'Brien trying to change things up here at the line in the shotgun. Looks, he's going deep down the right side, almost intercepted. Not the Jets unable to do anything with it. Punt. Try to pin the Bills deep and go from there. Kick inside the 15. It's fielded. They're going to return it. Ferguson chats it up with OJ Simpson as they take the field again. Handoff OJ. Dukes one tackler, but then he's hit. Only a pickup of a yard for Simpson. 10 carries for 49 yards for him to this point. David Harris with the stop for the Jets. Wayne, do you have a stream going on later? Ferguson's pass to the right side, incomplete. And once again, Revis gets beaten on a tackle there. Fortunately, he had backup that time. Revis aggressively goes for the pick there. Didn't quite get there, then was unable to make the tackle. First and 10. Pressure up the middle, and there's Harris, and down goes Ferguson. Second sack for the Jets. Ferguson loses 9, back to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 19. Handoff Simpson. Oh my goodness, OJ Simpson is absolutely smothered by John Elliott. Loss of 3. Elliott greets Simpson rudely in the backfield. Down inside the 10-minute mark here in quarter number 3. 3rd and 22. Ferguson in the shotgun. Bills in control of this one. Short pass there. We'll get a little bit. Nowhere's near the marker. They play it safe. Evans with the reception. Harris with the stop. 4th and 12, and the Bills will punt it away once more. Bruce Harper back to receive for the Jets. He calls for the fair catch. Jets will start off from their 22. 9:15 left in the third. Jets need something out of this drive. See the score in the crawl there. The Giants upsetting the Cowboys at home. Game seen yesterday on the channel. 26-13. Pass there complete. Lavernius Coles O'Brien hits him down in the Bills' territory. Coles goes down a bit awkwardly there, though. And he is going to be helped off to the side. That looks like an ankle or a knee injury for Lavernius Coles. Jets will check him out. He'll be subbed for him. I believe Rob Moore will come in for him. 1st and 10 for the Jets. From the Bills' 46. Handoff there. Curtis Martin is hammered. Bruce Smith with the tackle there. Loss of 3. It's 2nd and 13. Back to the 49. Howie the Bernedoodle shaking her bells near me. Swung out in the flat to Curtis Martin. Nothing doing there. Shane Conlon, who's had a terrific game defensively for the Bills. All over Martin. 3rd and 12. O'Brien stands in. He's got time. Now the pressure collapses, and O'Brien's just going to have to throw this one away. Great coverage down the field by the Bills. Nothing opens up for O'Brien. 4th and 12. The boos rain down a bit here at MetLife, and the Jets will have to punt once again. Bounces inside the 10, bounces into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and the Bills will start off from their 20. 7:36 left in the third. 34-10 Buffalo. Handoff. Simpson cuts it back. Contained well. Gets 4. That could have been worse. Barton stops him at the 24. Handoff at Simpson again. Up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Jukes one defender. He's brought down at the 34. 13 carries for 60 yards so far for OJ Simpson, who gets into it with David Harris at the end of the play. Play action. Quick out wide, Dubenian. Out across the 40. It's been quite a game for Albert Dubenian, who has broken 2 for long scores. 2nd and 3 for the Bills from the 41. Antonio Cromartie on that last tackle. Handoff, Simpson. Gobbled up at the line. Ryan's close, does not quite get to the marker. It'll be 3rd and 1. Jets have done a decent job on Simpson. Again, 2 missed tackles leading to big plays. There's a false start on the Bills. Pushing back 5 yards. But 2 missed tackles on big plays for Albert Dubenian for scores. And the C.J. Spiller kickoff return. That is 21 points. Basically tied to mistakes, either special teams or defensive lapses. Just a failure to tackle. Simpson stopped there short of the marker. Low snap. Good job by Ferguson to handle it, but kind of threw the rhythm out of that play. So the Jets defense has done a nice job so far here in the third quarter. But the offense has to do something. Again, the Jets only 7 points to this point. A Darrelle Revis pick 6 on the Bills' opening drive. Ken O'Brien will try to get his squad in order here. 4:17 left in the third. Handoff. Martin to the outside. Out across the 20. Bounces it out towards the sideline. Pickup of 8. 12 carries for 48 yards for Curtis Martin to this point. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Jets. Play action. Martin looks. Pass complete. Out across the 40. Wesley Walker with the reception. He's stopped at the 44. That's the 4th catch for Walker. Sam Cowart with the stop as we reach the 3-minute mark here in the third. O'Brien drops back, and there's Cornelius Bennett again. This time, O'Brien is able to hold on. But Bennett gets through for the 3rd time. O'Brien driven to the turf. 2nd and 15 for the Bills. Handoff up to Martin. Close to the marker. He stopped just shy. So Martin regains the yardage lost on the sack and then some. 3rd and inches for the Jets from the Bills' 46. Quick to Walker. Little wide receiver screen. That'll get it done. Chains will move. O'Brien now 12 of 25. Trying to get himself back to that 50% plateau. Play action. O'Brien looks. Again, good coverage by the Bills secondary. O'Brien has to go short. It's complete. No gain, though. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Handoff Powell. Powell tries to get outside. He is stopped. Great tackle coming up from Poyer. Only a pickup of a yard down to the 42. It's 3rd and 9. Probably the last play of the quarter, barring an incomplete pass. O'Brien under pressure. Rolls. Hit as he throws. It's out of bounds. So O'Brien has to throw it away. The Bills secondary not letting anybody get loose. 4th and 9. Then the punting unit will come on. The Jets drive stalls out again. Angle to the side. Not a great kick. That one is shanked. Out of bounds at the 20. 8 seconds left here in the 3rd. The SPTO joins us. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Had some incomplete there. One more play before the half. Ferguson swings it to the near side. It's caught. Steps out of bounds. And that will end the 3rd quarter. So after the wild first half, a pretty uneventful 3rd quarter, but the Bills are more than happy to take that. They lead it 34-10. As we open up quarter number 4. Ferguson gives it to Simpson up the middle, bowls his way forward. He's shy of the marker, though. 71 yards on the ground now for OJ, but doesn't get to the marker here, and the punting unit will come on for the Bills. Again, 2 short passes that became big passes. Missed tackles. Elbert Debenian broke 2 long receptions for touchdowns. C.J. Spiller also has a kickoff return for a touchdown for the Bills. Jets' only touchdown coming on a Darrell Revis pick 6. Spiller also had a 1-yard touchdown run, and Scott Norwood's 2 field goals. That's how Buffalo got their 34. So the Jets will take over from the 35 to open up quarter number 4 here. Their first possession of the 4th. O'Brien in the pocket, looks complete. Wesley Walker is open. He's out past midfield in the Buffalo territory. O'Brien now 13 of 28 for 162 and a pick. He also lost a fumble earlier. 6th catch of the game for Wesley Walker. Flag on the play. Believe that'll be a false start. And it is. So the Jets will forfeit 5 yards just picked up. Agreed, yes. Old Golden Wheels to Benny. He's been great. Yeah, Revis missed a tackle on him earlier, and then Cromartie missed a tackle on him. And both times he just had nothing but turf ahead of him, and away he went. So he's got like 180 yards receiving, because he's got broken 2 plays that shouldn't have been big plays and turned them into big plays. Good throw there from O'Brien to Walker. Down to the 29. Yeah, my roster projects tend to be deep dives. I'll get a lot of those underrated guys. It's also the nature of doing it, because doing it career mode and having the big player pool and then having guys enter randomly, it's not just your standard franchise stars where you see the same guys who you see in any set all the time. And that's kind of by design. It's kind of I do my projects kind of as a celebration of sports history, which is what they're really intended to be. So a guy like Debenian, it's good to give a guy like him proper recognition. Quick little screen there to Schuler. Down inside the 10. Schuler is brought down. Down to the 9. Fourth reception for Schuler. Jets absolutely need a touchdown on this drive. Now they run a little quick out there. This one is Baker. And Lavernius Coles, away from the play, seems to be in pain. He checks out of this game. Not sure what happened there, but Coles checks out. The Jets have first and goal from the Bills' 5. High formation. Handoff. Curtis Martin. Down to the 2. He's stopped there. They'll actually call it a long one. I appreciate you checking in, man. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Martin is into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Jets needed 7 on this drive, and they're going to get it. Curtis Martin runs it in from a yard out. And the Jets will cling to a sign of life. Pending the extra point. Nope, they're going to go for 2 here. Try to make it a 2-score game. Delayed draw to Martin, and the Bills were all over that. So the 2-point conversion fails. It's still a 3-score game at that point. It's 18 points. Bruce Coslett not happy on that Jets sideline. Personally, I never like delay kind of plays when you're in tight yardage situations like that. So I'll question that play call. So the Jets will kick off 34-16. And not getting that 2-point conversion is a really, really big play there. Again, that's still a 3-possession game. So the Bills will take over from their 26, 34-16 Buffalo. 10:50 left in the game. Handoff Simpson. Stood up. Pickup of a yard. 17 carries for 72 yards for OJ to this point. 10:15 left in the fourth. 2nd and 9. Handoff at Simpson again. And again, the Jets are all over him. He's gotten his yardage, but OJ hasn't been able to break one as of yet. Again, Jets doing a pretty good job on OJ Simpson. 3rd and 7, change of pace. Another handoff here. Bulls, Fred Jackson, his first carry of the game. He picks up 7. Stopped short of the marker, though. Victor Green wrestles him to the ground. It'll be 4th and inches. Bills happy to just run some clock here. Little surprised they didn't throw there, but I certainly get the logic behind it. 4th and inches. Down inside 9 minutes left. The Bills will punt it away. Bruce Harper from the 26, out across the 30, he's brought down. Out to the 31, should be 5 on the return. So O'Brien and the Jets, after a touchdown on their last drive, get back to work here. Still a long road ahead of them to try to scratch their way back into this one. O'Brien under pressure, loses the ball again. Ken O'Brien's 3rd fumble of the game. The 2nd one lost, and this one is going to be run in by Bryce Paup. Paup returns the fumble for the touchdown, and that's going to ice this game for the Bills. O'Brien had it, he had his arm cocked, had it swatted away by Bennett, who has been terrific for the Bills here. We'll see if they review this and say that the arm was coming forward. It does not look like there's going to be a challenge. Norwood with the extra point, it's up and good. 41-16 Buffalo, and that should put the nail in the Jets' coffin for this one. And O'Brien needs to protect that ball better. He's thrown an interception, and he's lost 2 fumbles. I'm not sure if you're going to see Chad Pennington necessarily in week 2. But the Jets cannot have Ken O'Brien turning the ball over like this going forward. He does stay in for now, though. O'Brien drops. Collapse. Down they go. Tandem sack there. On O'Brien, loss of 7. It'll be 2nd and 17. And the Jets' offensive line, well, considered a pretty weak spot on this squad. So it's certainly not all on O'Brien. I believe that's the 4th or 5th sack for the Bills. And this Jets team, a decent defense, a questionable offense. Hey, Dan, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, the Jets are having a rough go here. They've kind of shot themselves in the foot a lot, too. The Bills had 2 big receptions from Albert Dubenian that should have been short plays. The Jets blew tackles, and Dubenian went off to the races. They allowed a kickoff return for a score. And then O'Brien has fumbled twice and thrown an interception. So a lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Jets contributing to this one. O'Brien throws here, complete. Lavernius Coles back in the game. He had checked out for injury earlier on. O'Brien, 19 of 34. He's actually thrown the ball well in this second half after not doing a great job in the first half. But again, lose the ball on fumbles. That kind of mitigates the yardage. Pass there is incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. I mean, they've largely contained OJ Simpson, too. I mean, Simpson's having a decent game, but he's got 75 yards rushing, maybe, something like that. So, the Jets have really kind of done themselves no favors with their big mistakes in this one. 9th catch for Wesley Walker. On that corner route. 6 minutes left in the game. Bills have it well in hand, though the Jets are driving. Shotgun. Play action. Over the middle. Complete. Down inside the 10. Down to the 8. Jericho Cotchery with the reception. I believe that's his first of the game. It'll be 1st and goal after the 12-yard pickup. Quick little tight end screen there to Mickey Schuler, who's hammered as soon as he grabs it. 5th catch of the game for Schuler. And motion there, and that's going to be on the Jets. Chad Pennington, Dan, is the backup. O'Brien's a point ahead of him on the overall, so he got the nod to start. And my basic, because the game won't really, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll sub guys out based on performance. So I'm going to kind of revisit all franchises every 3 weeks and see if there's somebody who's really kind of, screwing up and stuff like that and change things that way manually. O'Brien will get the start in week 2, and then we'll see if he fares any better there and then kind of go from there. But your quarterback turns the ball over 3 times. That is not a recipe for success, especially when the Jets are a fringe team as it is. Handoff there from Martin, who's gobbled up. 4th down here. Jets will certainly go for it, because why not? In a 25-point game. I formation. 4th and goal from the 2. Play action. And nothing doing there. Flag on the play. A face mask call. I believe Cornelius Bennett dragged O'Brien down as if he hasn't beaten him up enough. Bennett has hammered O'Brien all game. Yeah, well, again, Dan, remember, so there's the master pool of the 130 players. So there were 8 quarterbacks in that pool. And then it's the random 2 selected to start off year 1. And then the other guys will come in the rookie draft. And hey, there's Bruce Smith. We hadn't heard from Bruce Smith yet in this one. He introduces himself to Ken O'Brien with the big sack there. So after the face mask gave the Jets a fresh set of first downs, Bruce Smith hammers O'Brien for his first sack of the game and the season. Closing in on the 2-minute warning. So the Jets' other guys in that pool, like Richard Todd, I guess is probably in that pool. Obviously Namath. I don't even know who the other guys would be. I don't know if a guy like Pat Ryan may have made that pool or stuff like that. So, but the Jets certainly, I would imagine, in the draft are going to look for a quarterback, in which case, if the game has them draft a quarterback, it'll be one of the quarterbacks from that pool. The random generator will spit out another quarterback and go from there. And O'Brien and Pennington, I mean, neither of them are terrible, but in a league like this, you kind of need to have a good lead guy there. Pressure coming. O'Brien's going to have to throw this one. Oh, back of the end zone. That's a nice attempt on the grab from Coles. Out of the back of the end zone there. But that's a hell of an effort from Lavernius Coles. It's incomplete, though. The Jets turned aside, and now the Bills will just be able to run the clock out on this one. Handoff Simpson. Brought down. Loss of a yard. Jets have their timeouts, but no real valid reason to take one, given the score here. A little surprised they're not doing victory formation, although I guess it's probably just because they're so deep in their own end. 2nd and 11, it's Simpson again. Picks up a couple, gets a little breathing room. 20 carries for 78 yards for OJ. So they've held OJ under 4 yards a carry in this one. Jets, I should say the Bills, have to run one more play. 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock. It's Simpson. Plows ahead. That'll get him over the 80-yard mark, and that will wrap this one up from East Rutherford, New Jersey. So the Bills come down to MetLife, handle the Jets. Again, a lot of self-inflicted wounds by the Jets in this one. 4 tackling, 3 turnovers, and those combined with a uninspiring offensive effort is how you end up with this result. O'Brien 295. That's largely in second half with the Bills playing in a bit of loose defense on them after they built up the lead. Joe Ferguson, a fine game, completes 70% of his passes, 266, a pair of touchdowns. Again, Elbert Dubenian. Dubenian really didn't do anything in the second half, but had the 2 big touchdowns in the first half. We'll go down the scoring summary quick. Revis with the 71-yard pick 6 in that first half. And then C.J. Spiller returned. So the Jets took the momentum early. C.J. Spiller takes the ensuing kick off the distance, and the Bills take the momentum right back. Pair of field goals, then Dubenian on the missed tackle from Revis goes 66 yards. Spiller runs it in after a nice short drive, and then Antonio Cromartie misses a tackle. Dubenian goes 70 yards. And then Norwood with the field goal. So that's 17-0 second quarter for the Bills. And that all happened in the final 4 minutes of the quarter. So instead of 17-10, you've got 34-10 at the half. And just the Jets were playing from behind from there. Pop returns the O'Brien fumble, 20 yards for the score to kind of put the exclamation point on it. And that's how we end up where we ended up. O'Brien ends up 23 of 40 for 295. No touchdowns and a pick. Joe Ferguson, 17 of 24 for 266. Did throw the pick 6, but also the 2 touchdowns to Dubenian. OJ, 21 carries for 85. Curtis Martin, 17 for 71 to lead the Jets there. And Wesley Walker, 10 catches for 156. So a good job by Wesley Walker. Dubenian leads the Bills receivers, 7 for 180 in the 2 scores. So that will wrap it up here. That concludes week 1. As I mentioned in the community on the community board here on the YouTube channel, going to be a little bit scattered potentially for the next week or 2. I'm becoming a grandpa for the first time. My daughter is delivering next week, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to see the baby and spend time over there and all that kind of stuff. So my schedule for the next 2 week, next week and change is going to be a little bit spotty. So bear with me there. And thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate that, buddy. So just bear with me a little bit if the streams are a little bit infrequent. I'm not disappearing. Just life priorities, and this is a pretty special one. So I'll be back streaming with some regularity after that. But thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. Dan Burke, SPTO, Dwayne Marks, Cyro329. Appreciate you guys all popping into the chat today. Great, as always, to have you guys involved in the stream. And most importantly, be good to each other, guys, and we'll talk soon. The Bills come into New Jersey and take down the Jets 41-16.